We finally get the 1.8 turbo Cruze on the dyno at PFI speeds, and it makes huge power.
What? Whoa! Golly!
Let's go. Welcome back. If you're new to the channel, I'm Matt. For the past 5 years, we have been working on this 1.8 turbo Cruze project, and I've made a lot of promises without anything to back it up. Let's talk about some of the upgrades we're doing to the car to reach 500 wheel horsepower. Well, that is all about to change in this video. If you're not familiar with the build, let me get you up to speed. I'm going to turbocharge my piece of shit 2012 Chevy Cruze that nobody cares to turbo. Stick around as I figure out how to install this thing on my car. Daily driver. So I started making a log manifold using one of the few welding methods I knew at the time. And that worked out pretty well, so I hung the turbo, installed a cheap eBay intercooler kit, and of course we had to cram the air filter deep into the engine bay to breathe in all that hot air. Then I MIG welded up a 2.5-inch exhaust, upgraded my fuel pump to a DW300C, along with some 60-pound injectors so we can run E85. Next we had to tune the thing, so I got HP tuners. I had no idea what I was doing. And disaster strikes. Holy Batman, shit. Something's wrong with the Chevy Cruze turbo, and we're gonna figure out and find out what is going on. And while we had it apart, why not upgrade the internals? Who needs an engine hoist? We do. We're supposed to drop it, Chris. So I upgraded the flywheel along with a stage 5 spec clutch. With a little research, I found some rods that would work with my engine and some SuperTech valve springs. Also sent out the stock camshafts over to Crowder, and they reground them for me. Next, I had JE make some custom pistons, in which they said why. Then I purchased the largest eBay intercooler I could find for 89 bucks. So I figured I'd up my skills, get a cheap Chinese TIG welder, and learn how to TIG weld. My welds look great, don't they? And after watching some YouTube videos, I was a pro at making manifolds. Not really, but I tried. 9 long months later, once I got the JE pistons in, it was time to assemble the built bottom end. I then assembled the top end with the SuperTech goodies and some SRT4 ARP head studs. And we tossed everything into the car. We fired it up, took a quick little spin just to move it inside of my shop, and continue making our modifications. So I installed a WaveTrack LSD and began designing a custom intake manifold, which came out pretty sick. With my newfound skills of welding, and we learned how to weld aluminum too. Look at that, doesn't it look glorious? Also learned to play saxophone along the way. Then I started fabricating custom intercooler piping, making sure to clean things up for good flow, and we mounted our big old intercooler. And since Max Speeding Rods was happy with the amount of people I was sending over to them, they went ahead and sent me a billet GT35 turbo. Why not? Then I fabricated a custom intake with the bell mouth, so that way we could turn it towards the headlight. Next, we needed to upgrade our fuel and created a custom fuel rail. I wanted to keep this a sleeper build, so we went ahead and fabricated a full turbo back exhaust. I got the thing up and running, and then disaster struck once more. Come on, you can do it. Noob. I got a little ahead of myself. I let the fuel mixture go lean, in which we dropped the valve. Burnt up a piston. Ugh, look at that.
Really?
So I did the next logical thing, picked up a boneyard spare engine, so that way I can continue to learn how to tune while we're waiting for some custom replacement pistons. Once again, I wanted to keep this backup engine cheap. She was making so much power, she sheared the flywheel bolts. I suspected it was aluminum flywheel, so we upgraded to a stainless steel piece. Then, because I kept this a budget build, I cheaped out on the timing belt, resulting in bent valves. By that time, the JE replacement pistons came in. I put together the built bottom end once more, and we gave this one a light port and polish just by cleaning up the boogers from the casting. Then I upgraded the coils to LS-style coils I got from the junkyard. And we had to design a custom bracket for it. Came out pretty sweet. Of course, we need a way to control our boost, so I installed an AEM-X boost controller. See, I'm trying to target just 17 pounds boost, see how accurate we can get with this. Let's go. Yeah, good times. Now we needed a way to control two-step, so I got an N2MB watt box. Great for flat foot shifting too. Then we took it to the track for the first time to see if we could shake this thing down and make a full pass. Nope, it didn't happen. The car was breaking up the whole way. We barely ran a 15.
This guy in the Supra here wants to race me. I think they're filming it.
In which I snapped my axle and went back to the 8th mile track one more time.
Breaking up. I'm really tired of fighting the stock ECU. There's that. For Pete's sake, let a man have control over his car. Can't a man command 27 pounds of boost without you cutting my throttle and ignition?
So I did the next logical thing. I bought an FT550 along with the universal wiring harness.
Oh, what the hell? We'll turn it up some more. Damn, they got the heart rate.
And we took control of the engine. Now we're finally making some power. At which point, Max Spinning Rod said, "Hey, we're developing ball bearing turbos now. Want to give it a try?" I said, "Sure." Only problem was, this didn't have a T3 flange. We had to create another turbo manifold. Oh boy, this was going to come out sick. Next, I upgraded the camshafts because why not? Only problem was, is they were a mechanical setup, so we had to figure out a solution for that. We got some valves from SuperTech. Set our valve clearance with a little bit of Southern engineering, and we also had to modify the cam gears in order to fit on the camshafts because they have a dowel. Then we checked our piston to valve clearance and tossed everything back together. Then it was time to hit the track one more time.
No. You got coolant coming out of it, right? I do. Well, we got oil all over the place.
Ugh, not again.
Here's our problem right here. These cheap Chinese VVT solenoids. The thing just came apart, so now we just have a free flow supply of oil shooting out of the engine.
One of the issues I was having is I was starting to lose fuel pressure once I got above 21 pounds of boost. So the cure was to install a surge tank with not one, not two, but 3 DW300 pumps. And I figured, why stop there? So I went to the junkyard and picked up a differential and rear torsion beam setup from a Chevy Trax. Now we needed a transmission to work with it all. So we got ourselves an M32 transmission from an Opel Mocha. So I had to toss my LSD differential in. While we had the transmission out, why not upgrade the clutch? I think that about sums it up. Are you all caught up? Good. Then it was time to make the 1,000-mile trip all the way from Houston, Texas, all the way up to Fort Lupton, Colorado.
See if this guy wants to race. Come on. It's the battle of the great trucks. Towing a Chevrolet.
And Amarillo ran into a winter storm, and quite a bit of the drive was pretty boring. Texas, it's flat.
Huh, expected the Rocky Mountains to be a little rockier than this.
I was thinking the same thing. That John Denver's full of shit, man.
Then we finally reached the Rockies. More importantly, PFI Speed.
So we're at PFI Speed, finally getting the Cruze dyno tuned. Well, tuned by some of the best, Jamie and Brent. We'll find out what this thing makes, because I know every one of you have been wondering. So we'll take you along for the ride. Never heard you do that.
380 horsepower.
All right, roll the end credits.
Roll the end screen. Close the shop. Roll the commercial, everybody. 380. Which boost is that, Jamie?
16 pounds.
That was just
Way
16
low on the
pounds?
timing. Yeah, I'm way low on the timing there. You kind of see it.
Well, you know, and it's good to start that.
Yeah, it's one of those.
You don't know what the cylinder head's like.
Yeah.
Smelled like it was smoking the tires.
And then I pulled it to 6,400. It was still
6,400, and it was still climbing.
I have the limiter at 8 right now.
Dang. That's sweet, dude. Yeah, when the pump's good.
Holy crap.
428.
428 horsepower. What RPM did you rev it out to?
79-ish.
79?
79, 60.
And that's still at gate?
That was 137 miles an hour.
What is going on? So that was at 14 pounds. I think he said he ran it out to 7,800 RPM. 428 horsepower. Just nuts. Just cleaning up the fuel there. Same boost. Clean up the fuel. Is that right, Jamie?
Yeah,
2 degrees of timing. 2 degrees of timing. Clean fuel up a little bit. There we go. We'll play with some more boost. Show enough in the flesh. What a piece.
It's fun. Started it up.
She's still running?
Yeah, we started for the first time this year on Saturday. So.
Oh, nice. Are y'all taking that to all the races y'all have scheduled?
Yeah, we were just talking about trying to take it out and do some testing, so.
Yeah. Cool, man.
So we'll see how it is.
What have you run with it so far? Or has it been one of those things where you haven't really got it down the track under its full power?
So far.
I know the feel. That's the story of this thing here.
The last time it was out, it way overpowered the track and just decided to just scoot sideways. So.
Gotcha. Well, it looks cool, man. There we go, 453.
That's right. 453.
15, 14. Now we're 18, 16. That was 20% duty. Oil pressure was higher, that one, because we've let it cool off. It was like 56.
Let me pause the video here because I had a complete brain fart while I was there at PFI. Part of the reason the oil pressure was reading a little low is our oil pressure sensor is up here at the top end of our cylinder head. The OEM sensor is down right by the oil pump, but it is just a single wire unit that I was trying to get to work with the FT550, but it needs a 5-volt signal, so we'll have to swap that out and see what oil pressure we're actually getting before it hits the crankshaft rods, all that stuff. So it's getting oil pressure after it feeds everything. To me, I thought it was a nice little fail-safe. If I start losing oil pressure up top, I'll know to cut the vehicle off, or we can put a safety in it. Anyways, back to the video. You can have a video that ends with a 4 number. 72. Then there's your curve.
That's insane.
That's awesome.
Look how big the power band was. Dude.
I know, it just stood up.
I get.
Maybe check the plugs too.
Yeah, I heard one little miss.
First dip is.
Yeah, that first dip was a little misfire too, so the plugs needed to be a little tighter. But
23 and fell to.
yeah,
Wow.
7920. This one was 7970, 7945.
it's right there.
So I'm going to right as it like touches it as I'm clicking on. And our
This is
fuel,
awesome.
That's cool.
like that
That's so
one,
cool.
it's pulling a touch right here, right when it stands into the boost. Like I've just got to play with that.
524 horsepower, and not a single miss the entire
Oh,
time.
nice. Great job, dude. Good job. So we got 524 horsepower, almost 525. We call that 525. There's the curve right there.
24 and it fell to 22. That's where we put the boost in. Well, hold on, we've got, what spring did we have? We were making what? 14. 14 to 28 is the most the solenoid should do. So I could probably, from right here, tax all the solenoid onto it and probably flatten it. And it's still, like, you see this, remember the fuel that was fairly rich right here at the
Had a look here. See corrections.
So the fuel was kind of rich there. That's leveled out. I do still need to pull just a touch up here, but it's pretty solid.
But 24 and fell to 22 pounds.
Well, I don't know that we could really ask for much more.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's such a big,
Great job,
big
Jamie.
power band too.
Thank you.
You're the man. That's why I brought her to you.
All the way from Houston.
Yeah, all the way from Houston.
And everyone's got
A little further south. Yeah, so it's my name, Matthew Chevalier, Chevalier. You can just look for Turbo 1.8 Chevrolet Cruze. You'll find me. Got lots of videos on it.
That is awesome.
It'll fire up pretty good.
Okay.
A couple of the pulls there in the middle, when I'd click off, it'd die. I turned on the decel fuel cut and played with that, and now it's been perfectly fine.
Oh, nice.
So-
Okay. I'll have to go in there and kind of study all the changes you made. Not touch it,
Yeah.
but just take a look because I'm definitely curious.
Yeah.
And then,
These injectors, the fuel, like on startup and idle, like you see the wideband kind of, it's rich and then it's lean. If you give it a second here, it'll come back to, a little rich. See? Like they're not They don't work the greatest there,
I got you.
but it'll all work. Just don't worry about your air fuel like at idle.
Okay. Now he's just getting in the drivability stuff at this point. We've done all the power pulls that we're going to do. A little bit of drivability, and then we'll do two-step.
We have to have that again.
Oh yeah, that was the baby one.
Golly! Jesus!
It's blowing out the side right
Holy crap! Oh, like a gunshot. Damn. Do you adjust for the two-step? Not that I'm going to touch it, but
adjusting RPM and timing.
RPM and timing. What was making it
timing.
backfire?
You can jump in here and see where map is on.
So see right there, we're 4 or 5 pounds right there.
Okay.
So that's at 0 degrees timing on two-step. The other ones were at -10 and then -5.
Okay.
So like this one, so this one that made that higher boost was at -5. The other one I didn't download it, but that was -10.
I got you.
But this one, it's 5 pounds of boost and it's just flat and smooth.
Nice. Sounds great. Running great. Made ton of power.
It's awesome.
I'm gonna try one thing on it just to see if it changes it or not.
What RPM are you setting it to?
That is 57.
Okay.
And that's the thing, like changing that RPM is gonna change the boost and change how it leaves.
Right. Can you believe that? 525, we'll call it 525 wheel horsepower. Now I'm excited to just take the car to the track, put some slicks on it, test it out front wheel drive with some slicks, see if we can't break that 13.0 world record for the Chevy Cruze, and then we'll push on with the all-wheel drive conversion. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Let me know down below what you think. My mind is still blown. I can't believe it. It was a lot of fun meeting the guys over at PFI Speed, seeing everything in person, and getting the car tuned by some of the best. It was a lot of fun. It's definitely a dream come true for, I think, any car enthusiast and also someone that does YouTube. I know it would have been cool to get some rips on the street while I was there with the guys at PFI Speed, but I had some other plans too while I was up in Colorado. I proposed to my girlfriend of over a year while we were on the trip, which made it even more special. 525 wheel horsepower, engagement, top of the mountains. It's an amazing experience. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Peace out.